Hello everyone, Nikhil this side from Coding Beam. So in this video, we will learn about functions and the type of functions in the TypeScript. So what are the functions? So functions in TypeScript are of same functionality as of other programming languages, and they are a set of statements which performs a specific task, like to give a sum of two numbers or to log a message to the console or anything that you want it to perform. And it allows us to define a block of code for a particular functionality which we need in our code, and we give it a name and then we execute it as many times as we need in our program. So we need to write the functionality and we can execute it as many times as we need. But why do we need the functions in the programmings? So to avoid rewriting the same thing again and again, as we write a block of code and then we read it again and again, and then to execute a block of code at any number of times. So whenever we need to call the function, so we can call the function from the same block. So these are about the functions, and there are some type of functions in that. So the first function is the name function, and the name function is the one which you declare and call a function by its name. So if we see an example of the main function, so if I will go to VS Code and we need to declare a function now, and to declare a function, the syntax would be first the function keyword and then followed by the function name, and the function name will be like the print, and then we need to add the parenthesis and then all this function after that, so it will be the print. So we have now just declared the function and now we are calling the function by its name. So this is a named function. But now in TypeScript we need to define the type of the function also, the return type of the function. And the return type, this should be like if we are returning a number or a string, then we have to specify the number or a string. But this time we are just logging to the console, so the return type here will be the void, as we don't have any return type in the function. So now you will see console.log is now not giving us any error. But if I will now define the return type as a number, so then it will give us a number, that a function whose declared the type is neither void or any must return a value. And if we are declaring a number, then we have to return a number, like here. If I will just return here the number like 1, so then you will see the error will be gone. So now you will see there is no any error. But now we are now declaring with just a void, and now it don't have any return type, so it will accept this function. So now if I will now log the message to the console as a hello world, so if I will now save and if I will now call the print function here, so we have to compile with the tsaf.ts. So now you will see it is giving us a message as hello world is here. So now this is the concept of the named function in that. So now the second type of function we have in the TypeScript is the anonymous function. So about the anonymous function, an anonymous function is one which is defined as an expression, and this expression is stored in a variable. So the function itself does not have a name, but these functions are invoked using the variables, and the variables names are the names which we can now call after the function is stored in a variable. So if we see an example here, if I will declare a variable like a let, it will be again the print, and it will be equals to now the function. And now we don't need to provide a name here, and then we need to just declare here the return type also, like the function will return as void again. So this will be now the function, and the let print is here. And if I will log a message to the console like with the hello world, so this will be a anonymous function. And now if I will now call the print function here with that, so if I will save and if I will run the file again, so now you will see it will give us the message in the console that the hello world here again, because now this is the anonymous function here. And we can also declare a function by return type also, like there if I will declare a number, or if we have to just return the number here like this, like the return 5, and now we have now to just console.log the 5 here in the print, like console.log. So it will just return the type here, and then we need to specify the print. So the print will give us the 5 here. So if I will now save and run again, so then you will see it will give us the 5 with the console window, because now we are now logging the print 5 and the print is returning a number. So these are about the anonymous functions that we have in the TypeScript. So now the next thing is we have the arrow functions in the TypeScript. So what are the arrow functions? So the arrow functions are declared with the fat arrow notations for the anonymous functions, like for the function expressions, and they are also called the lambda functions in other programming languages. So if we see an example of the arrow functions, so they are declared like with the function, and the first we need to declare it by the variable also, like let, it will be like the sum, and the sum will be equals to like this function, and we need to declare like this, and then it will be an arrow specified there, and then this time there will be the expression of the function, like it will be the function. So now this is the sum function that we have in the arrow function, and then we need to declare the type of here also. Like first, if the type will be here like the, after this we need to specify the number, so the sum will be equals to the number, and then we have to specify the return type, like the return the number like 5. But if we are giving a values to the sum, like here, if I will provide a value as the parameter in the function, so the x will be equals to the type of the number, and the y will be equals to the type number also. So then if I will now just return the x plus y here, return the x plus y, so it will be a number, and then we can now just define the return type as the number. So now if I will now call the sum function, then I need to call the sum function like log, it will be the sum, and we need to define the arguments, like the x will be equals to the 5 and the y will be equals to the 10. So it will give us the 15 in the console window. And now this is the example of the arrow function. So if I will save and if I will run again, so then you will see it will give us the 15 in the console window. Now this is an example of the arrow function here, which defined with the variable, and then which is stored in the like the parenthesis, and then we need to add the curly braces there, and thus which we have to return type. And if we don't specify the curly brackets here, like if I will just remove curly brackets, and then the first line here which we will write will be acted as a return statement. So if I will just return the x plus y here, so then you will see it will be acted as a return type. But if you will not write the return type like the number over here, so it will give you an error again. So now this will be the return type as we don't specify any curly brackets. So if I will save again and if I will run again, so then you will see it will give us the 15 again in the console window. So these are about the functions and the function types with the TypeScript. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you will like the video, and guys please subscribe to our channel if you are new.